guys, it's Lisa. I'm here to give you guys some yoga. So if you guys have a block or a jiu-jitsu belt or even just a belt, just grab that, even a towel. We're gonna do some legs and we're gonna work on some balance. So I know we did a lot of camps this week and your bodies are probably screaming, especially your booties from yesterday. So here, let's go, let's get started. We're gonna start off in child's pose. You're gonna have your big toes to touch and you're gonna open your legs wide. You're gonna walk your hands out towards the mat and place your forehead on the mat. Take a deep breath in and out. Press your hands into the mat to lift your elbows off your mat and send your hips closer to your heels. Breathe in and out. Set an intention for your practice today. It could be fun, patience, joy. Do whatever you need to do for you. One more deep breath in and out. Now press your hands into the mat and press your knees into the mat. Let's come into tabletop. Inhale, round your back and send your spine towards the ceiling. Exhale, release and let it go. Look up towards the ceiling and you'll feel more of a stretch in your abs, in your core. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more on your own. If you need to keep your spine up longer, go for it. If you need to let your bellies hang lower, go for that as well. Do whatever feels best on your body. Remember, you're your first teacher. I'm just the words. Inhale, press your hands into the mat and round that back. Exhale, release. Now tuck your toes and send your hips up high for downward facing dog. It might be your first one for the day, or it might not. If you need to, bend your legs a little bit and walk your dog. So you can bend your right leg, then your left, then your right, and then your left. Go for a few more. And then come to stillness and send your gaze to the back end of your mat. Pull your shoulder blades into your spine and send your chest closer to your thighs. And make sure you bend your knees a little bit to have some flow, the water flow go through your knees. Take a deep breath in and out. Now come high on your toes and send your heels to the right side. Feel the body stretch here. Now come to center and then send your heels to the left. Now come back to center and come high on your toes and then send your heels closer to the mat. Lift your right leg here. Bend your knee and open up your hip. So bend your knee and send your heel towards the one side of the wall and your knee towards the other. If you want to roll your ankle or roll your knee to open up your hips. Now send it back like you're stamping that back wall of your room. Now switch sides. Lift your left leg, send your chest closer to your thighs, and then bend your knee and open up your hip. Roll your ankle here, and then roll your knee. Open up them hips. Now send that heel towards the back room and slowly lower. Come high on your toes and slowly walk your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, send your hands on your shins and look out. Forward fold. Now grab opposite elbows and let your head hang low. If you need to, bend your knees a little bit to send your hips up higher. If you have tight shoulders, clasp your hands behind your back and send your hands towards the ceiling and then shift over to the right and shift over to the left. And then send your hands closer to the ceiling. One more deep breath in. And out. Send both hands to the mat. Slowly toe heel your feet together. Halfway lift. Send your hands on your shins. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Send them arms up high. Send your hands to prayer and then lean over to the right. And send your chest towards the ceiling. And look up. Get a good heart opener here. Back to center. Now hands to prayer and lean to the left. Back to center. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Stay here. Pull your pit of your bellies in. And rock your feet over so you're on your toes. Send your drishti, your gaze, in between your hands. And breathe. Low plank. Send your triceps and your elbows close to your body. Upward facing dog. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. One more. Come high on your toes. Bend your knees. Jump or step your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Send them arms up high. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Now try to send your chest closer to your thighs. Inhale. Exhale, high on your toes. Bend your knees, jump or step your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, send them arms up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, high on your toes. Bend your knees and jump. Halfway lift. Last one, forward fold. Extended mountain, send them arms up high. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing. Inhale. Exhale. High on your toes. Bend your knees and jump. Halfway lift. Forward fold, chair pose. So chair pose, you're gonna have your big toes to touch, your legs together, and you're gonna sit down like you're sitting in a little kid's chair. Pretend that you're in a PTA meeting and you're sitting in your kid's chair. Send your arms towards me, then send your shoulders towards your ears, and then roll your shoulders back. Feel that opening in your chest. Now send your arms up and breathe. One more. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing. Right side, warrior one. You're going to step your right foot in between your hands. Drop that left foot about 45-degree angle down and come up. Send that knee, your front knee, towards the outside of your big toe or your little toe, and sit a little bit lower. Now clasp your hands behind your back And send your hands towards the mat. And then fold. It's humble your warrior. Two more breaths. Now come back up. And this time send your hands together. Send your pointer fingers up towards the ceiling and then lean back. High plank. Send your hips right up for downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Ground down in that front leg and open up your knee a little bit more. And send your drishti, your gaze straight ahead. Now clasp your hands behind your back and send your hands towards the mat. And then send your hands up for humble your warrior on this side. Two more breaths. Come back up. This time send your hands together and lean back. High plank. Send your hips up for downward facing dog. Let's go left side, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. So your front knee is going to be a 90-degree angle. Your back leg is going to be straight. And you're going to send your toes out to a 90-degree angle. Sit low in that front leg. Flip your front palm and come into reverse warrior. You're going to send your left hand down your leg and your right hand up towards the ceiling. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. And then windmill your hands and come into high plank. Send your hips up for downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Pull your shoulders towards your ears and roll them back. You'll feel the opening in your heart and in your shoulders. Flip your front palm and come into reverse. And send your heart towards the ceiling and look up. And open up your fingertips so wide that you can feel the power from your fingertips down. Warrior two, straighten your front leg. Come into high plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Two breaths. One more. High on your toes. Bend your knees and jump. Halfway left. Forward fold, chair pose. Now come high on your toes and come and sit low. Send your hands to prayer center. And stay here for 3, 2, 1. And if you take my class, you know where we're going. We're going to rock and roll and come into high boat. Low boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High boat. Low. High. One more. Low boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High boat. Hands to prayer center. Now twist to the right, then the left. Right, then left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now rock and roll and come back into chair pose on however you can get there. And just stay here. Pull the pit of your bellies in pull your hips up and sit a little lower. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Send your hips right up for downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Step your right foot in between your hands. Send your arms up high. Open up to warrior two. Pull your shoulder blades into your spine and let your arms go. Flip your front palm and come into reverse. Warrior two. Now send your right elbow down and your left arm up. If you want to, you can do a half bind where you send your back arm around. Or you can do a full bind where you send your right arm under and your left hand around. Two more breaths. Now send your right hand on the mat and your left hand up. Inhale, send your hand towards the ceiling. Exhale, open. One more. Inhale. Exhale. High plank. Send your hips right up. Left side, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Flip your front palm and come into reverse. Now send your left elbow down and your right arm up. Send your drishti, your gaze up to your top hand. Another opportunity. Go for a half bind, a full bind, and I know Monica's going for that bird of paradise. Inhale. Exhale. Send your left hand down and your right hand up. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, send that hand towards the ceiling. Exhale, open up your heart. High plank. Low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing. Lift your right leg and send your right heel towards the back room. Bend your knee and open up your hip here. If you want, you can flip your dog so you look like you're in a back bend. So send them hips up towards the ceiling and send your drishti towards your thumb. Press your feet into the ground to lift your hips even higher. One more breath in and out. Come back into three-legged dog. Now pull your right knee into your chest towards your nose. Now send it back. Your right arm towards right knee. Send it back. Right knee to left elbow. Send it back. Right knee to nose and stay here for 3, 2, 1. Send it back. Now bring that knee, that leg, as slow as you can to come in between your hands for crescent lunge. You can drop your knee or you can stay up. It's completely up to you. So drop that leg down and come high on your toe, your back toe. Send your hands up. Then send your hands to prayer center. Lean forward and then twist towards the side. Use your muscles, your bicep muscle, to open you up. One more breath. Then open up to warrior two, stay low. Then windmill your hands and send your feet together and send your hips up high. Now lift your left leg. Bend your knee and open up your hip. You can roll your ankle or your knee, or if you want something new, flip dog. Now ground down into your feet and lift them hips up higher. Come back into three-legged dog. Now bring your left knee to your nose. Send it back. Left knee to left elbow. Send it back. Left knee to right elbow. Send it back. And knee to nose. Pull them shoulders up even higher and pull that knee closer to your nose because you can. And stay here for 3, 2, 1. Send it back. Now slow and controlled, bring that left foot in between your hands for crescent lunge. Ground that, you can come to your knee or you can stay up. Hands at prayer center. Lean for the front to lengthen and then twist open. One more breath. Open up to warrior 2. High plank. Send your hips up high. Let's go to right side, warrior 1. Send your arms up. Open up to warrior 2. If you have a block, this is a great time to use it. So open up to warrior 2. Then straighten your front leg, lean towards the front, and lean down to your outside of your ankle or grab the block. And send that hand towards the ceiling. So inhale, send your hands up. Exhale, open up your heart. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now come all the way up. I'll face the front. Come all the way up. Hands on your hips. And then fold. Send your hands under your nose. Now send your right hand under your nose and your left hand up for a twist. And just breathe. Switch sides. Now send both hands down. Now come all the way up. Send both feet to your front room and fold. Now listen closely. Send your hands to the mat and send that front foot to meet your back and come into high plank. Now send your hips up high for downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Open up to warrior 2. Send your drishti over your middle finger and just let your shoulders go. Straighten your front leg, lean towards the front room, and fold for triangle. So pull the pit of your stomachs in and your butts in, and send your arms up high. One more breath in. And out, come all the way up. This time clasp your hands behind your back. So you're gonna clasp your hands behind your back. You're gonna send your hands towards the mat and then fold. Pull your shoulder blades into your spine. Us women and men, we keep a lot of stress on our shoulders. This is a great stretch to release it. If you want, you can lean over to the left, and then to the right, to the left, to the right, and send your arms up higher. Now send both hands down to the mat and come all the way up. Now send both toes out and come down. You're gonna send your hands to prayer. You're gonna lift your right heel, then your left, your right, your left, and then both, and stay here for 3, 2, 1, forward fold. Walk your hands towards the front of your mat and send your drishti and your nose towards your knee. Inhale, exhale, high plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. High on your toes, bend your knees and jump. Halfway lift. Forward fold, extended mountain. Send your hands next to your side and then lift your right leg. So ground down into that left leg and grab your foundation first and then open up. If you want, you can send your drishti over to your left hand and pull them shoulder blades down and give a little bend to that knee. Now come back to center and send this right leg over your left for eagle pose. You can do eagle arms. You can sit there and cross your arms, or if you want, you can just stay in prayer center. Whatever feels best for you. One more. Now unravel your foot and send your foot out towards the front. And let's go kick out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now kick that front foot back for airplane. Send your pinky toe down towards the mat and bend that left knee a little bit. Have both hands next to your side. And then send your hands to prayer center. And if you have a block, this is a great place to put it. And you're gonna send your left hand down and your right hand up for half moon. Send your toes toward your face and lift your leg up a little bit higher. The goal is to move that hand off the floor or off the mat. Now send both hands down to the mat for standing split. Now bring your right foot in between your hands and come into runner stretch. So you're going to press your hips into the ground. And then send your left hand down to the mat and your right hand up for a little twist. You can bend your back leg and reach for your foot. And look over your top shoulder. Release your foot, send your arm back up. And then come into lizard. So I'll face this way so you can see. So you're gonna have your foot, your hands in the inside of your foot. You can stay here, or you can come to your forearms. I like to lift my toe. I get a more of a stretch in it, but it's completely up to you. One more. Now bring your hands to the mat, and then send your hips back for half split. Or full split, I know some of you have that. Now, if you are in half split, reach your left hand to your right foot and get that little stretch. Get a little bit more of a stretch in your legs. One more breath. Now use your core muscles and bring that back foot, so come back into runner first, sorry. Back into runner. And then inhale, tuck that back toe, and bring that back foot to meet that front. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain, send your arms up high. Left side, so lift your left leg. Send your toes towards your face and give a little bit of movement to that bottom leg. So bend your knee a little bit. And then open up. Once you have that foundation, open up. One more breath. Now come back to center and then cross over for eagle on this side. You can ravel your arms. Or you can stay with your hands prayer center. And just breathe. And smile. I know we're always so serious, let it go. It's just yoga. Now unravel your foot and kick your foot out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Airplane on this side. So you're gonna ground down into that right foot and lift your left leg. Send your pinky toe down towards the mat. Look out about 3 feet. And send your pinky toe down to square out your hips. Now hands to prayer center and open up. So you're gonna send your right hand towards the mat and your left hand up. Now send both hands to the mat for standing split. Now bring that left foot in between your hands for runner stretch. You can drop your back leg or keep it up. Now send your right hand to the mat and your left arm up. You can reach for your foot or you can stay. Now come back to center. Now bring your hands in the inside of your foot and come into lizard. You can just send your arms down to the mat or you can stay. Now come all the way up and then kick back for half split or full split. If you want, you can grab your foot or you can stay. Come back into runner stretch. Use your core muscles to bring your front foot to meet your back and come into high plank. Send your hips up high for downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and open your mouth and let it out. Come high on your hands, come into a high plank, and then slowly lower to your belly. Send your hands next to your side. Press your hips into the mat and come into locust pose or Superman. Release. Now clasp your hands behind your back and send your hands towards the back room and then come up. Press your hips so much into the mat that your body lifts up higher. Release. Now send your hands into gold post arms. Lift your arms up and send them towards the back and then come up. Feel that stretch in your shoulders. One more. Release. Now grab the outside of your right foot and send your left hand towards the front room. And send your left heel towards the back. And lift up for half bow. Release. Switch sides. And go up. One more. Come down. Now press your hands into the mat and send your hips back for child's pose. Reset here. And then roll onto your back. And send your feet into the mat and send your hips up. You want to use your feet to lift your hips up even higher. You can clasp your hands behind your back and send them towards the front room or toward your toes and send them up. And we're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Deep breath in and out. Go back up for 4, bridge or wheel. And stay here for 3, 2, 1. Come down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Go up. Press your chest towards the back room and open up a little bit more. And stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. One more. What made you come here today? Let's get up. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Go up and stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Have the soles of your feet to touch and open up your legs. Butterfly on the ground. Send one hand on your heart, the other one on your belly. And just breathe. Let it all go. If you want, you can close your eyes for a few. And then open. Grab the outside of your feet and come into happy baby. So you look like a baby on the ground. You can rock and roll side to side. If you want, you can grab your big toes and then open up. Now send your feet together and send your heels up towards the ceiling. Send your hands behind your head. And we're gonna pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now send your right hand on the outside of your left ankle, and we're gonna go from right and then left, right, left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees into a 90-degree angle, hands behind your head for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now drop your right leg and send your head back and then go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now left foot down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now both down, up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in. Now send both feet up and send your hands toward your side. And we're going to lower our right, then left, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug them in. We're not done yet. Let's go for bicycle. Let's send your left leg out and bend your right knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug them in. Good job. Whew, good work. Now rock and roll and come into high boat. I know we did this earlier, but we have to do one round. Low boat, high, low, high. Now rock and roll and kick your feet back and come into upward facing dog. Let's stretch out them abs. Now tuck your toes and send your hips up high for downward facing dog. Lift your right leg and then bring your right foot in between your hands. We're gonna go into half pigeon. So you're gonna send your knees into a 90-degree angle. You're gonna square out your hips. You can stay here, or if you want, you can come down. And just breathe. And come back up. Now send that back leg around for a double pigeon. So you're gonna have your legs crisscrossed and you're gonna flex both feet and send them out towards each side of the wall. Send your hands on your hips and then fold. If you want, you can send your hands down and just breathe. One more. Now bend your left leg and send your right leg back. Square out your hips first and then walk your hands down. Just take this time for you. It's been crazy around here, so let's just take time for you. You got another couple minutes with me. Just breathe. Let that to go, let's go. Now come back up. Now send that back leg over for double pigeon. And fold. One more breath. Release. Now send both feet out towards the front. Send your arms up high and then fold. You can straighten out your toes if you like to get a stretch in the top, or you can keep your hands here. You can also use your block and use that on the outside. It's completely up to you. Whatever's more comfortable for your body. Now bend your right leg in and send your left leg out. Now send your arms up and then fold. And bend your knee a little bit, it's okay. Switch sides. Send your arms up and fold. Release. Now if you want to, you have a block, you can send your block under your hips, or you can sit there and you can send your hips up high, where you send your toes up, or if you have another thing and you want to come close to the side of the wall, put your feet up. And I know Julie's going and doing her headstand, because she's the headstander. And send your toes up. For all your shoulder stands, send your feet over your head for plow pose. Keep your hands on your lower back if your feet don't touch. Deaf man's pose, send your knees around your forehead. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, come down. If you're in a headstand, come down into child's pose. Grab that belt if you have one. And we're gonna send your right heel up towards the ceiling. You're gonna walk your hand up your belt. And then open up your leg. And send your drishti towards the left side, so you get more of a stretch in your legs. Send your heel up towards the center. Grab the left hand on your belt and cross it over. Make sure you're not too close to the wall, but we're going to kick it. And then send your drishti to the right. Back to center, walk your hands up. And stay here for 3, 2, 1. Release and switch sides. Walk your hand up to your left leg and then open up. And send your drishti to the right. Now send your hands, switch hands and feet, and send your drishti to the left. And just melt into the mat. Back to center. Walk your hand up the belt and stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Hug your knees into your chest. Send your knees over to the right side and send your drishti over to the left. You can keep your hands in a T. Just try to keep your shoulders on the mat. Let's switch over. Back to center. This time do butterfly on the ground, but send your hands over your head. And just let it go. Let your body melt to the ground. One more breath. Now hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself one big hug and some gratitude for coming out and practicing. Inhale. Exhale. Savasana, final rest. Just let it all go here. Take this last few seconds for you. And if you want, you can stay in Savasana even longer. And the other thing is, if you want, grab a towel, a washcloth, wet it, and put a little essential oils and put it on your head. And just put a good song on it. Just let it go. You deserve that 5 minutes for you. Now hug your knees into your chest and roll over to the right side for fetal position. A new start, fresh beginning. Take one deep breath in and out. Come into a seated position and face the TV or face, if you have friends with you or family. Send your hands to prayer center and then send your hands to your third eye. Thank you all for coming out and practicing with me. I hope you all having a wonderful day. Together we say namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday. And I can't wait to see you guys all on Wednesday. And to keep doing them camps. I'll see you guys later. Bye.